is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Railroads Online. Today, for this episode, we are going to be completing the rail from the smelter up to the coal mine. Last episode, we were able to rework some track and also make a successful run up to the iron ore mine, and we were able to start getting the metal rails and beams and stuff like that, start producing that, because for the next step we're gonna need the rails. Right now I am up in the mountains up at the coal mine. As you can see, the waterfall coming down on the right hand side, that is pretty much producing the water for the map. I kind of want to see if I can actually run up there one of these days and see exactly where that water's coming from. If it's just coming out of the map, if we're even able to get up there, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a river that just goes into the mountain, or if there's like a cave system that's coming out of. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see if we can get up there, but I don't know if we can or not. But maybe one of these days we'll go ahead and trek on up there. But I already laid the groundwork all the way from the smelter, from, as you can see here, the smelter's up at the top, and what I did is the valley off to the right or the east pretty much followed that river system all the way to where you can see down at the bottom right the coal mine. So groundwork is in. All I need to do is lay the track. So as you can see, we're already up here, like I said, and to produce the coal we're gonna need metal rails, and we're going to need wooden beams. But I've already laid this down. I already put in the splitter here. So all I gotta do is place in the track around, make this loop, and then we can start making our way down the mountain back to the smelter. So the easiest thing to do to make sure it doesn't get all zigzaggy off of the switches, looks kind of messed up right at the very beginning, but it's a lot easier to put these crossways in, so that way you can connect up one, then the other, and then you can come off of it that way. And then vice versa, you can come up to it, connect onto that, and then it's nice and straight coming off of the ends. So I'm going to place this one here as well. Alright, and now this way I can connect off of this to there and then out. So that way it's nice and straight and it's not like all zigzaggy one way or the other. So let me go ahead and get this loop, and then we'll see how things are to head down the mountain. Alright, so the loop is done, and as you can see, it's going to be nice and straight. It's a little bit of a, it's kind of bowed out a little bit right in this area here, but for what it could have been, it's pretty dang good. So let's go ahead and run the line, make sure it's not all zigzaggy in spots. It should be fairly smooth. This is one nice straight line, which we need for the station or the platforms and to load up the coal. And then through here, it's a nice gradual turn to the right. And then it will then cut to the left. And this should be a somewhat smooth turn around. This is a 30-degree turn all the way around until it gets to about right around in here. And then it kind of starts to taper out, as you can see. It's not as sharp of a bend. And then it kind of goes off and to meet back up with the splitter up here. So now that looks pretty good. We can come up here and delete those two cross members. And then you can actually see how it looks without it. So come up here and make sure this is on rails. There we go. Delete that one and that one. And there you go. Fairly smooth. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but you can see right where that cross member was right here because of how straight that section is, and then you can kind of see how it jogs off right here. It kind of bends out. That would have been a lot worse if we were just trying to connect right up to the switch. Not the splitter, the switch. I keep calling it splitter. I've been around T-Man a lot. So, alright. This here, we might, once we get this in and we start working our way down, this is going to stay here until we get back up here with the train, and then we can delete it. Because I really don't want to go all the way down or stop somewhere and then have to put another one in, make sure, yeah, it's just going to be a lot of work. So I'm just going to leave it in, and then once we bring a train up here, we'll go ahead and get rid of it. So, without further ado, let's get that time lapse going and get down the mountain. Alright, so we're going to start our first bridge here, but before I do, I want to make sure we don't lose anything. I'm going to go ahead and save. Because I haven't saved yet since we've been up here. And I really don't want to lose all this. So, alright, let's get on to this first bridge here. And, nothing spectacular. You can see just how far down this can go. If we lose a car off of this, if it doesn't get stopped by a tree, it might keep going. But you can see the groundwork all the way on the other side here. It's going to go around and just loop around the other side and down. So, all right, let's get back at her. Alright, so after a while of placing a lot of track, it doesn't let you place any more. That's the bad thing. So I'm going to have more of those cross ties in than just up there at the top. As you can possibly see, right up there in the middle of the screen where my crosshairs are at, that's that bridge that we were on. And this is the section that we were looking down at when we were on that bridge. So we're getting down the mountain, but very slowly because we had to wrap all the way around this valley. It's like a big fishbowl. So let me put it down another cross member here. Then we can continue on. There we go. And then time to get going. Alright, so we made it down the mountain. And now we're going to be going down alongside the river. Pretty much the whole rest of the way. This river is the one where it goes down into the waterfall where our other track is at. So it all ties together here. It's kind of nice. So, alright, so what we're going to do, gonna put this bridge in and then continue on down, and you can see the waterfall just up there in the center of the screen where the water's coming in. I'm so tempted to follow this and get up there, try to get up there, but we have work to do. We have a lot more work to do. We're not even halfway back yet, so let's go ahead and get working here. Actually, should I just... I'll follow the bridge. It's alright. So let me put this in and... that'll work. Alright. Let's keep going. Alright, we made it to another point where I can save. I think every time that I get to one of these spots where I got to put in a cross member and continue the track, that's where I'll end up saving. So that way we get one section in at a time. And if the game decides to crash, we don't have to go back as far. Alright, for this section down through here, I decided to go for that more of a natural look instead of the stone edges. I don't know, I like the stone edges if you're up off the ground a lot, but since we didn't really have to be off the ground that much, just keeping it that nice, level, natural style look, I think it looks a little bit better, especially we're out here in the wilderness and stuff like that, out in the middle of nowhere. You're gonna have weeds and grass and stuff going up through the track. It's just gonna happen. So I figured, why not? It looks good. So, especially like right in here and stuff, I mean, you just have that natural vibe going on with how things just kind of take over if the trains don't go down through there often. So, but, alright, let's keep at her here. Yeah, so like, see how this section here is, it's kind of not really that natural of a path for us to take, because it's going to be getting to be a little elevated. But I figured instead of bridging it, I would just use the stone edges. Just try to keep it a little bit natural instead of putting a bridge and stuff in. But at the same time, we couldn't keep it ground level like it was back there. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, this is how I've been doing it. I mean, you guys have been seeing the time lapse of it and stuff, but it can take a hot minute to get a nice length of track put down. But I really do like the way the game just naturally smooths everything out for you, even though, as you can see, I'm just basically running straight out with the track, just clicking in the middle and then out this way with it. So as you can see, it's kind of, it would be bowed out like this, but once I click in the middle, it smooths everything out. So, really bendy? Not bendy. And this all smooths out. But yeah, you just can't go with a long length of track either. It's only like 10 or 15 feet long, you know, the sections. Which really sucks, but at the same time, I can see why they did that. But, alright, let's keep going here. I might be about halfway now. I'm not quite sure. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. There we go. I clicked, but it wasn't going, but finally went. So yeah, you can see here now, we are just a little over halfway. Got a little bit left to go before we get to the waterfall, and then after the waterfall, it'll go fairly quick, because then it'll be pretty much running side by side with the other track. So, it'll be going down the side of the mountain to link up down at the bottom. So, let me go ahead and finish this up. Not quite sure how much longer it's going to take. Hopefully the time lapse is going pretty decent for you guys. I know it's going to be a little bit of a longer one, so I hope you guys don't mind. But I figured, you know, that way you guys can see the process of putting in the track, what we have to do in order to get all these systems put into place instead of just cutting it all out to where, you know, it's just a jump scene. So, but let me finish this up to the waterfall. Uh-oh. And there we go. I'm clicking and it's not letting me place it. So I'm gonna, uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna back this up. It's right there. So that way it's not on a major bend. So let me place this. And then I'm gonna save. And I am going to see you guys at the waterfall. Alright, so we made it to the waterfall, or one of the waterfalls. This is the second largest waterfall. I thought originally it was like the main waterfall, but it's not. So, but you can see our other track down there, so that means we are getting closer and closer. You can see the stack for the smelter just down there. So it's just a matter of wrapping around the side of the mountain with the other track, because it's going to be meeting up here shortly. And then get down to the switch. Down at the bottom. And we'll be done with this section of track. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Not much longer to go. And then hopefully we can take a little ride on it and see exactly how it looks with the train going through it. All right, so we are almost ready to wrap this up. You know what? I'm gonna take this back a little bit more. That, and then connect. Bam. Alrighty. Let me save. Bam. Now if it locks up on me, that is all saved. Track is done. Oh man, that took well, maybe an hour, give or take. So I think I have my train down here. Yes, I do. I have my train down here because I unloaded 4 train cars full of iron ore. So I'm going to have to back the train up onto the other track, go across another switch, and then back up this way. So I need to flip this. Get that one ready, and all the other ones through here should be good. I just gotta back up. Let me get all these switches ready. I'll hop on the train, but I think I might have to put some fuel in this. Let me put some fuel in it first. Get all the switches ready. I'll get the train ready to go, and we will take a ride on up to the coal mine for the very first time. So next episode, hopefully we'll be able to actually get some product up there and get the coal going. So let me do this, and I will see you as we are heading on up the hill. All right, so here we go for the first time. Heading on up to the coal mine. Hopefully all goes well. We have no derailments. We've had enough of those in the last 24 hours. So 100% that regulator. And we should be good to go. There's no switches at all on this line except for all the way up to the top. And that one doesn't even matter once we get up there until we actually go through the loop and come around to head back down. So, and I think I will leave all the cross members in until we're actually coming down the mountain, so that way if we're going up and we have to stop, we're not stopped on an incline to where it'll be hard to get started back up again. So now we're even higher up than the track previously, going to the iron ore. Some quite a few little bends in this one, but we're not going that fast, which is good. Except for there is this bend right here. I'm going to slow down for this. Is a very sharp bend. Yeah. I'm going to have to iron that one out. And there it goes. I can fix it. Let me get this back on and I will see you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to continue this going up. That way I can re-rail this. Uh-oh. And this is why you don't stop on an incline. I'm kind of stuck here. I'm at 100% regulator. No brake. And I cannot move. I think I'm slowly moving forward. I'm almost gonna have to back up a little bit. and get a running start at it, I think. I think I know what it is. It's this cross tie, but we made it. I'm going to get on level ground so that way I can... Oh, that's why one of the cars was... I have some work to do. Let me get this all back online here. Alright, so I got the rail cars all back online, and I have went ahead and modified this a bit. Kind of widen this turn out a bit more. So hopefully on the way back we do not derail. I think that's the only real tight turn that we have, but let's go put some more fuel in the fire here because I know we're gonna need it, because I did that for quite a while, because it's gonna take a good minute to get back up to the top. So let's go ahead and hop on in here, see how our fire's looking. I know it's still burning, but what are we looking at? 36%. Let's go ahead and at 86. That should do her. No brake. No brake. Ah. Brake's good. Good. That one's good. And... oh, come on. That one's good. Alright. Let's get moving. We have some ground to make up now. Whoa. Alright. Regulator up. Brake off. Sander off. Let's get moving. Alright, so one derailment. 2 cars. Well, technically 3 cars, because I had to fix 2 of the hoppers and then the caboose. So the bridge that's coming up here, I decided to put that one in because of how the terrain was. And plus I thought it'd be kind of cool to overlook the river a little bit. So hopefully this turns out as good as I was hoping it did. Or would. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to go over top of the river like this for some odd reason. I don't know. And then since how the terrain kind of dips down, I just kept it a bridge through here until we get down closer to the bottom. And we're going slightly uphill. Get that regulator turned up. And I did get rid of all the trees in between the track and the river, just so that way we can actually see the river all the way down through here. I just realized I was muted. So I was just trying to say is that I can't wait for some long trains to come up through here. Got a 100% regulator on this train right now. I know longer trains, it's gonna be a little bit slower, because we're gonna have at least almost 20 car trains coming down up through here, because we're gonna need cars for the wooden beams, train cars for the metal beams, and train cars for getting the coal. So we're gonna be extremely heavy going up, but we're almost gonna be just as heavy coming back down, because I'm pretty sure that coal is gonna be weighing quite a bit. So but we are almost to the point of crossing over. We shouldn't have too many other sharp turns, if any at all. I know there might be one possible one going up through the mountain, but that's about it. So the real test is going back down to make sure that section that I had to redo will be good. So I can only imagine what would have happened if I did not bring any train cars up here with me, because the locomotive would have made it around that turn no problem whatsoever. I can only imagine if I would have had a fully loaded train and a half dozen or more cars fell off that edge. That would have sucked. Alright, we should be almost up to the point where we'll be crossing over the river and heading up the mountain. So far, there's only a few little minor areas that I need to touch up with the track, but other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Other than, of course, that area where I derailed. I fixed it. But a few of the sections on and off the bridges I need to take a better look at. Other than that, it hasn't been too bad. It's been fairly smooth. This is a very, very long stretch. Ooh, that's an area I gotta fix. On and off the bridge. And now, time to head on up. Let's see if I can make it up without the sander being on. So far, so good. Making it up, no problem. But once again, it's a very short train. You can just see up there at the very top where we got to be going. It's going gonna loop all the way around, up through here, back around that side, and up. All the way over to here. And I think that sharp turn, I think it's in this area back in here. But we should be okay. I don't think it's that bad. So I decided to make this a little bit of a building and exploration episode here. Something a little bit different. Not really doing anything to really make money, but get things ready to where we can make money. I think we're starting to slow down just a little bit. Nothing major. I think this is that sharp turn right in here, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. But I could be completely wrong. And there it goes. And the bad thing is that all this is going downhill this way. So I'm going to have to redo this section here. Alright, so after stopping the game last night and getting some much needed sleep, I woke up this morning and the first thing I did was hop on the game here, and I just spent the last 2.5 hours to complete or to repair the monstrosity of the curvatures of the trackage and all that other good verbalage. And yeah, I finally got it done, and the one corner down here is still kind of spicy, and there's still a few kinks in the track throughout it, but it's operational. I got the train up here finally. Such a good feeling. So now probably gonna be a little bit longer of a video by doing this, but I'm going to mute my microphone, and you're just going to let you enjoy the sights and the sounds as we head back down from the coal mine, back down to the smelter. So let's go. Alrighty. And there you have it. Made it all the way down in one piece. No issues. Of course, we had to mess with the regulator and the brake and stuff coming down, but I mean, it's not a smooth track where you can just let it go, but I mean, for what it is, it worked out pretty dang good. So now all we gotta do is get all we need to do now is just get back to the depot and try to get some more train cars. I did, like, on a fully loaded train going from the log yard, loading up logs, and then going to the sawmill, dropping off the logs, picking up the lumber and the wood beams, coming down here, going all the way up the mountain to the iron ore mine, dropping off the lumber, dropping off the wood beams, picking up iron ore, and bringing it back down here. We made just a little under $1,000. But with this train here, granted, each hopper car costs $850. Each hopper car makes you $200 a full load. So right here is $800. So a few trips with this train, these hopper cars will pay off and pay themselves off. And also, I'm now up over $1,000 again. After purchasing, I took a couple loads for a full train load with the lumber and all that stuff, and I was able to purchase 3 more hopper cars. And then I came down here and it left me like $250. And then I filled up each one of these after I got all the way up to the iron ore mine, came back down, unloaded on the other side of the smelter over there, and we got ourselves back over $1,000 again. And as you can see, we now have 32 out of 100 raw iron, 64 out of 100 rails. And then on this side, we have iron ore ready to go. So I get on this, we'll be able to see that 28 of 1,000 iron ore, but we do need to bring up some more cord wood because we're out of that. So, but anyhow, I'm going to quickly save this game before I lose my progress from on top of the mountain up there. And I am going to call this an episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's slightly different. I mean, there's only so many things you can do to, make things different on this game. But I do have another thing up my sleeve I'm going to try to do as well. But this is where this episode is going to end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, if you liked it, smash that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, it's okay. You can click that thumbs down button. It's fine, And then don't forget to subscribe and click that bell notification. That way you're notified whenever I go live or post something new. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.